Commonwealth first for India. That is helping 100 Indian SMEs to export to this huge global market. And with that kind of leadership, and with you, First Minister, and you, Prime Minister Modi, I feel the Commonwealth has a strong and vibrant future like Gujarat.
Thank you, sir. We now invite Chairman Adani Group, Mr. Gautam Adani, for his address.
Honorable Prime Minister, Honorable Chief Minister of Gujarat, dignitaries on the dais, captains of the industries, and my dear friends. It is an honor to be speaking at the 9th Vibrant Gujarat Global Summit. I say with great pride that I have been present at every one of the summits and am proud that Gujarat, my home state, has inspired the growth narrative for New India. Honorable Prime Minister, while we all know you are the architect who conceptualized the Vibrant Gujarat Summit, nobody could have imagined how distant corner of the country would reflect on your dream and trigger a movement that would transform India's industrial landscape. This unique investor model has been a key trigger that has spurred national growth, resulting in investment of several lakhs crores across our country. Vibrant Gujarat was the first indication of your tremendous foresight. This summit had all your defining stamps: towering vision, unprecedented scale, strict governance, and flawless executions. Honorable Prime Minister, you have fundamentally restored confidence across the world that India will be the key engine for global economic growth. Your ability to stabilize the economic fundamentals with a low inflation rates, strict management of fiscal deficits, introduction of the larger tax reforms since independence, establishing the bankruptcy code, and strong relationship with key nations across the world has cemented India's place as one of the best nations to invest in. You have also proven that managing growth and managing the biggest challenge mankind faces, climate change, need not be a diverging goals. The 2018 United Nations Champion of Earth Award you received recently is a fitting recognition of your success in not just pioneering the ambitious global solar alliance, but more importantly, putting India firmly on the track towards becoming the second largest renewable power nation in the world by 2020. The statistics say it all. Since the 2017 Vibrant Gujarat, India, under your watch, has yet again made an unprecedented 53-point jump in the ease of doing business index. India, under your watch, has become the largest beneficiary of FDI across Asia. India, under your watch, has become the world's fastest growing economy. And India, under your watch, will become one of the world's top 5 economies in 2019. Honorable Prime Minister, while your capability to drive economic reforms is unmatched, what even more uniquely defines is your ability to drive social reform agenda. The scale and speed of your social reforms is without precedence in a modern history. The Jan Dhan Yojana, that has already allowed 350 million of our fellow citizens to establish a bank account is the largest financial inclusion program in the history of mankind. The Deen Dayal Gram Jyoti Yojana that has allowed electrification of our nation 598,000 villages has been called one of the greatest achievements in the history of energy by the International Energy Agency. The Pradhan Mantri Ujjwala Yojana that has reached a staggering 90% of our nation's population in just 4 years and replaced polluting fuels with LPG is the world's largest poverty alleviation program. The Ayushman Bharat Yojana that will provide healthcare facility and insurance to over 100 million families is the biggest government-sponsored healthcare scheme in the world. Every one of this program bestows the much-needed dignity to our fellow Indians. Every one of this program reduces the several levels of inequality that confronts us. Every one of these programs gives a chance to all fellow Indians. Honorable Prime Minister, you have fundamentally reshaped India. Never anywhere in recent history has such a massive segment of population been given the opportunity for upliftment in such a short period. You have truly shown that Sabka Saath, Sabka Vikas means. Honorable Chief Minister, the increase in global confidence in Gujarat is a result of your continued focus on the investor-friendly business environment. Our investment in Gujarat in the past 5 years exceed rupees 50,000 crores, and we are further accelerating our investments. Over the next 5 years, our investment will include the world's largest solar hybrid park in Kutch. The anticipated investment in this park is rupees 30,000 crores. We also plan to establish a 1 gigawatt data center park in Mundra, a 1 million tons of copper smelting and refining project, a cement and clinker manufacturing unit in Lakpat, an integrated lithium battery manufacturing complex, and expand our photovoltaic manufacturing capabilities. Overall, we anticipate a total rupees 55,000 crores of investment in all these projects. This will lead to the creation of over 50,000 new direct and indirect jobs in the state of Gujarat. Honorable Chief Minister, on behalf of the Adani Group, thank you for your support. You have our commitment that we will continue to serve the people of Gujarat and India in line with our core philosophy of growth with goodness. Thank you and Jai Hind.
Thank you, sir. We now invite Mr. David Farr, Chairman, Emerson Electrics.
Thank you. I would like to thank the Chief Minister Rupandi and the state government of Gujarat for inviting me and my company Emerson to once again join this great day of discussions. It's an honor and a privilege to be here today. And I join others in welcoming Prime Minister Modi, whose attendance here today shows the importance of Gujarat to the global competitive India economy. Emerson is a global technology, engineering, manufacturing company. Our products and services are helping to create a wide cross-section of India's economy. Energy, chemical, refining, power, food and beverage, across many industries across India today. We've been operating in India since the early 1980s. Today we have a total of 50 facilities, sales offices, service centers, 11 manufacturing facilities, and 5 engineering centers. And we employ nearly 7,000 people here in India, a lot of engineering for our global environment. India is an important market for Emerson. Today, it's our 7th largest market in sales and continues to be a very important market for us for strategic investments. We've invested over $1 billion in manufacturing sites, service centers, and we're involved right now in a new service center, operation engineering center, worth about $200 million in Chakan in the Pune region. We invest in India because we believe in the future of this country for innovation, for growth, exporting products and services. We are encouraged by the progress being made by the national government, by the state governments for support of economic development and making it easier for businesses like Emerson to do business here. Emerson has established a regional Indian supply structure, and today we manufacture nearly 70% of the products we sell in India right here in India. Our short-term strategy is to drive that to over 80%, and our vision is to get there in the next couple years. We're using these facilities for Southeast Asia, for India, Middle East, and Africa. We truly want to design in India, innovate in India, and make in India, sell in India, and export out of India. This remains a very strategic investment location for Emerson in the world we serve. It's also important to understand that technology and automation are creating a tremendous change. This means opportunities, also means challenges for the business community and the governments. Emerson's working with our Indian customers and the governments and around the world to make this digital transformation happen smoothly. It's going to change global competitiveness. It's going to change safer environments. It's going to be more sustainable, and it's going to impact all of our lives. And if we don't make this transformation, we will not succeed. More and more jobs in the manufacturing and energy industries are requiring an increasing technical knowledge and training. A recent study here in India said that 40% of the jobs in India will be impacted over the next 5 years and will take reskilling, retraining. This is a huge challenge and one that we all must take on. I hear the same issue around the world, and we must continue to train and invest in our people and technology. The Digital India and Skill India national initiatives are seeking to address these issues. They are critical to fund and to maintain if we want to succeed here. I commend the government and the Prime Minister Modi for recognizing the impact of the digital transformation on the world of business and the changes needed both in the business world and the government world, and we appreciate their support. Emerson is proud to be part of this exciting chapter in India's history and the economic development, and we look forward to collaborating with the business world and the government to make it better and stronger. I want to thank you for inviting me today, and thank you for listening. And I also want to thank all of the 7,000 employees that work for Emerson here in India. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. We now invite CEO Suzuki Motors, Mr. Toshihiro Suzuki, to express his views.
Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, good morning. I would like to express my hearty congratulations for the successful launch of the 9th Vibrant Gujarat Summit, blessed by Prime Minister His Excellency Mr. Narendra Modi. Automobile industry is now entering a phase of great changes. Above all, we fully recognize the challenge to reduce CO2 to prevent global warming. We are tackling this issue from various angles. As one of the solutions for CO2 reduction, we decided to introduce EVs in India in 2020. We are road testing 50 EVs in India to develop such product that is convenient and really delightful for Indian customers. In order to reduce CO2 further, it's crucial to fully utilize existing technologies in addition to EVs. In the Indian context, we firmly believe that hybrid and CNG vehicles are the most effective solution with fastest results, especially it should be pointed out that hybrid technologies are evolving at a rapid pace. Suzuki will introduce cutting-edge hybrid vehicles aggressively with technical support from Toyota Motor Corporation. Ladies and gentlemen, Suzuki is making investment in Gujarat on a continuous basis. The first vehicle assembly plant of Suzuki Motor Gujarat was inaugurated in September 2017. The second plant will start shortly. We plan to commission the third assembly plant in 2020. After 3 plants in operations, annual production capacity of Suzuki Motor Gujarat will be enhanced up to 750,000 units. Also, it's my pleasure to share with you that engine and transmission plant is starting production shortly, which enables us to bear fruit of integrated vehicle manufacturing in Gujarat. Gujarat is becoming more and more important as a production site for Suzuki Group. Manufacturing plant of automobile lithium-ion battery is under construction in Harsanpur. In addition to lithium-ion battery, we will localize other components required for vehicle electrification. Since the technologies for hybrid and EVs have similarity, we will first localize components of hybrid vehicle and followed by EV. In this approach, we will realize real Make in India in the field of vehicle electrification as well, which surely helps the further expansion of Indian automobile industries. Together with an enabling policy support from the government of India, we can jointly think how to scale up our investment and depth of localization. I would like to end my speech by making a promise. We will continue to introduce cutting-edge technology in India, along with Make in India concept, and contribute to sustainable mobility solution for the society. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. We now invite Chairman BASF, Dr. Martin Brudermüller.
Honorable Prime Minister of India, Shri Modi, Honorable Chief Minister of Gujarat, Shri Rupani, dignitaries on the dais, esteemed invitees of the vibrant Gujarat Summit 2019. At the outset, I would like to applaud Shri Modi on his flagship initiative, Make in India. But what is even more admirable is his vision for an environmental conscious growth, which is evident in India's commitment to the Paris Agreement. Owing to the Paris Agreement, by 2030, India plans to reduce its carbon emissions intensity expressed in reducing the emission per unit of GDP by 33 to 35% from what it was in 2005, and the aim to produce 40% of the total electricity from sources other than fossil fuels. Keeping these challenging environmental goals, India is also exploring the ambitious goal of being a $1 trillion manufacturing economy by 2025. To achieve this, the chemical industry will also in future be a key enabler and catalyst. Driven by the growth in the end industries, the demand for chemicals is growing rapidly in India and in Gujarat particularly. While the upstream refining and basic petrochemicals industry has grown rapidly in the last decade, and the downstream specialty chemicals industry also continues to deliver robust growth, petrochemical intermediates are proving to be a vital missing link for sustainable growth of the Indian chemical industry, with trade statistics showing an import dependency of close to 50%. With the growth in the end-user industries, this important dependency will become even more acute. We therefore believe it is imperative that India needs sound manufacturing infrastructure for petrochemical intermediates. With our experience of more than 153 years globally and 125 years in India, and with our technology and innovation power, BASF, as the largest chemical company in the world, is well positioned to support both these goals, Make in India and India's commitment to the Paris Agreement. One key focus of our BASF corporate strategy is the ambition to be a thought leader and action leader in sustainability. Consequently, we want to increase the relevance of sustainability in our business decisions and show how we add value to society along the value chain. Therefore, we aim to grow CO2 neutral until 2030. This, however, requires totally new approaches, advanced technology, and the use of renewable energy. With this background, BASF would like to further strengthen our commitment to India alongside with our partner Adani Group by establishing an acrylic acid value chain in India, which will be powered 100% by renewable energy. This project will be based in Mundra, Gujarat, with an investment of around 2 billion euros and an employment potential of about 2,000 people, subject to the receipt of necessary approvals and the outcome of the feasibility study. The scope of the project under evaluation includes the development, construction and operation of a petrochemical complex with production plants serving mainly the construction, automotive and coating industries. We have a very good experience of manufacturing in Gujarat. We have signed a similar MOU at Vibrant Gujarat in 2013, and within a record time in October 2014, we have inaugurated our multi-business site in Dahej in the presence of the then Chief Minister of Gujarat, Madam Anandibel Patel. Ladies and gentlemen, for this first of its kind petrochemical project based on 100% renewable energy to become reality, I appeal to the Honorable Chief Minister Shri Rupani for support from the Gujarat government. And I'm confident that this project will emerge to be a very important lighthouse project of the chemical industry in the world. And it's going to happen not anywhere in the world, but in Gujarat. BASF, Adani and Gujarat will show with this project what the chemical industry of tomorrow is about. All the best and make in Gujarat. And thank you very much for making us part of Vibrant Gujarat. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. We now invite Chairman Reliance Industries, Mr. Mukesh Ambani, to share his views.
Most respected Prime Minister Shri Narendra Modi ji, Honorable Chief Minister Shri Vijay Rupani ji, ladies and gentlemen, a very good morning to each one of you. I am privileged to have participated, like Gautam Bhai, in all the 9 Vibrant Gujarat Summits so far. And since the first one, it is very satisfying now that every other Indian state has since followed Gujarat's transformative template The credit for this pioneering initiative and its subsequent replication must go to only one leader. He is the proud son of Gujarat. He is the visionary leader of India, and he is Shri Narendra Modi, our beloved Prime Minister, under whose leadership India is the fastest growing economy in the world. Friends, Gujarat is Reliance's Janma Bhoomi as well as its Karma Bhoomi. Gujarat has always been and will always remain our first choice. At Reliance, our motto is India first, and within India, Gujarat first. We have so far invested nearly 3 lakh crores in the state of Gujarat and created and catalyzed over 1 million livelihood opportunities in Gujarat. In comparison to the past decades, Reliance will double this investment and employment numbers over the next 10 years. Reliance's new business model will move away from concentrated investments in a few locations to much larger investments in a distributed manner all across Gujarat. As a proud Gujarati myself, I wish to tell my 6 crore fellow Gujaratis that your dream is my dream. Can we together make Gujarat the most prosperous place in the world? Yes, we can, and yes, we will. And how can we do this? By energizing the power of Gujaratis' globally acclaimed enterprise and entrepreneurship, by empowering and creating an enabling ecosystem that will make our Gujarati youth to be the best in the world, and by harnessing the revolutionary power of emerging digital technologies of the 4th industrial revolution. Gujarat will thus act as a model, not just for India, but for the entire world, as again my friend John Chambers said. Friends, let me now talk about Reliance's 5 initiatives that align with Gujarat's future developmental model. Each of these initiatives will contribute significantly to our Prime Minister Shri Narendra Modi's inspiring vision of ease of living for every citizen. First, Jio is committed to create a fully digital Gujarat and make Gujarat the best digitally connected state in India. Today, Gujarat is the showcase for Jio's 4G wireless broadband network. This network already connects the entire state to the global information highway. This means connecting every home and office, every school and college, every hospital and doctor, every mandi and market. And Jio's network is fully 5G ready, which means Gujarat will continue to remain on the forefront of digital connectivity for years to come. And on the back of this world-class and most affordable digital connectivity, we can make our beloved Gujarat the #1 in nurturing startups in financial technology, agriculture technology, health technology, and other critical areas that enhance the well-being of every citizen. #1 in promoting new and renewable energy, new materials, and new mobility that create sustainable development. And also #1 in building smart villages. Yes, not only smart cities, but also digitally empowered smart villages. This will mean a truly participative society where the power is in the hands of every individual, every family, every community, and every business. Our second mega mission for India, which we will first roll out in Gujarat, is Jio and Reliance Retail will launch a unique new commerce platform to empower and enrich our 12 lakh small retailers and shopkeepers in Gujarat, which are part of over 3 crore community in India. Third, today our scientists and engineers have created highly promising innovations in our new oil-to-chemical strategy at Reliance's Jamnagar refinery, which is the largest in the world. As the world moves towards electrical vehicles, Reliance will use hydrocarbons less for fuel and more for producing high-value new materials with a wide range of uses in society. Our oil-to-chemical strategy will greatly boost the value of Indian exports and also create new employment opportunity. Fourth, Pandit Deen Dayal University, or PDPU, here in Gujarat has today over 5,000 students. In a short time, PDPU has emerged to be amongst the top universities in Gujarat. The Reliance Foundation has committed an investment of rupees 150 crores to make PDPU even stronger and an institution of international repute. Fifth, I am happy to mention that the Reliance Foundation, which is present in all districts of Gujarat and thousands of villages in other states in India, has demonstrated how India can move away from rural distress to rural progress. By combining the power of digital technology, Reliance Foundation will increase these success stories many more times in the coming decade. Respected Prime Minister, the entire world has come to recognize you as a man of action. I therefore conclude with a suggestion for your kind consideration. We have all gathered here in this magnificent Mahatma Mandir. I pay homage to Mahatma Gandhi, the father of our nation, in the year of his 150th birth anniversary. Gandhiji led India's movement against political colonization. Today, we have to collectively launch a new movement against data colonization. In this new world, data is the new oil, and data is the new wealth. India's data must be controlled and owned by Indian people and not by corporates, especially global corporations. For India to succeed in this data-driven revolution, we will have to migrate the control and ownership of Indian data back to India. In other words, Indian wealth back to every Indian. Honorable Prime Minister, I am sure you will make this one of the principal goals of your Digital India mission. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. We now invite President, Asian Infrastructure Investment Bank, Mr. Jin Likun, for his address.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you, the Honorable Prime Minister Narendra Modi. Thank you, the Chief Minister Vijay Rupani. What a pleasure and honor to be back in India and join you vibrant Gujarat 2019. It's just 6 months after we had the astounding success of India's hosting of the 3rd annual meeting in Mumbai. 2 days ago, January the 16th, AIIB celebrated its 3rd anniversary. 3 years into operation, our bank and your bank, because India is number 2 shareholder of this institution. Your bank has much to recommend it. A new type multilateral development bank with a distinct 21st century feature is emerging in Asia. With its powerful development impact about to extend beyond Asia to the rest of the world. The bank, with its core values of being lean, clean, and green, is broadly recognized. From 57 founding members, India being one of them, we have grown to be a bank of 93 members, and it's still growing. January the 16th, on our third birthday, the United Nations published the resolution granting AIIB observer status at the General Assembly. In this regard, India can claim its share of credit unquestionably. India is a key partner of AIIB as number 2 shareholder, next only to China, based on GDP, and number 1 borrower. About $2 billion has already been committed to infrastructure projects over the last 3 years. The rural roads financed by the bank in Gujarat, in Andhra Pradesh, and in Madhya Pradesh will cut distance between the rural people and the market, thus improving the livelihood of the rural people and especially financially empower women and help them take their destiny in their own hands. We are also providing financing to many other sectors in this country. The metro in Bangladesh, Bangalore, and Mumbai will improve the mobility of the urban people. And the other projects, such as clean water, reliable electricity, and a better sanitation to the rural community, will all make a difference in the economic and social development of this country. We are mobilizing private capital, both indigenous and external, to promote your country's growth through investment in infrastructure and other productive sectors. Prime Minister Narendra Modi is a gracious and staunch supporter of this bank. His personal friendship with the Chinese leader, President Xi, has fostered the two countries' friendship, which is clearly manifested in this bank. India has been playing an important role in our bank. India's directors in succession on the board gave us guidance. The Indian professionals are working very hard for this bank, and the Vice President Chief Investment Officer, Dr. DJ Pandian, my close partner, will move on to his second term with my recommendation and the appointment by the board. India benefits and contributes to our bank, to your bank. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. We now invite leaders from our partner countries to give their special address. We invite Honorable State Minister of Economy, Trade and Industry, Japan, Mr. Yoshihiko Isozaki.
His Excellency Prime Minister Mr. Modi, His Excellency Chief Minister of Gujarat Mr. Rupani, ladies and gentlemen, Namaskar. Vibrant Gujarat 2019年において、日本政府を代表してスピーチの期待を得たことを光栄に存じます。私は日本国経済産業副大臣の磯崎義彦です。約130名の日本のビジネスミッションとともにこの式典に参加をし、インド及びグジャラート州に対する世界の熱気に強い 感銘を受けております。しかし、日本もそういった熱気では負けるものではありません。何より日本は直接投資において世界最大の対日投資国であります。特にグジャラート州は日本の ODA を活用したインフラ整備やジェトロによる企業誘致などを通じ、自動車、二輪分野を中心に日本企業の投資が急速に伸びております。日本は現状に満足することなく、対員投資の拡大に向け、投資環境の整備にさらに取り組んでまいります。そのため、工場設立等にかかる先進的な行政手続きの整備を支援をし、インドの Ease to Doing Business に貢献してまいります。また、製造現場の人材育成を行うべく、グジャラート州の2校を含む8校が開校した日本式ものづくり学校のさらなる開校にも取り組んでまいります。今後も日本は活発な投資を行い、その高い技術力や品質を通じて、インドのメイクインインディアやスキルインディアに大きく貢献していくことを確信をしております。日印関係の強化は、日本からの投資の促進にとどまりません。これからご紹介する新たな取り組みによって、さらに力強さを増していきます。まず、第三国における日印ビジネス協力です。昨年の日印首脳会談で、アジア・アフリカ地域における日印ビジネス協力プラットフォームの設立に向けた議論が、両首脳から歓迎をされました。アフリカ等で日印が協力してビジネスに取り組むことは、第三国を含めたウィン・ウィン・ウィンを実現をし、インドからの輸出拡大にもつながります。今後、日印の企業間の交流を一層推進すべく、マッチングイベントの開催などを行う継続的なプラットフォームを創設してまいります。次に、デジタル分野での協力です。日本とインドはソフト、ハードの強みをお互いに補完する関係にあります。昨年、両首脳間で日印デジタルパートナーシップに合意しました。日印スタートアップハブを通じた交流促進、インド高度人材の日本での活躍機会の提供、人工知能に関する共同研究などを推進してまいります。最後に、日本とインドは特別戦略的グローバルパートナーと認め合い、二国間でさらには国際的課題に協力する関係です。この強い信頼関係のもと、日印の政府と産業界が協力をし、両国間の経済関係が一層発展していくことを記念をしております。Thank you so much. ありがとうございました。
Thank you, sir. We now invite Honorable Secretary of State to the Minister of Industry, Investment, Trade and Digital Economy, Morocco, Ms. Rakia Ederham.
Honorable Prime Minister Narendra Modi, Honorable Head of State and Government, Honorable Chief Minister of Gujarat, Vijay Rupani, Excellencies, Minister and Ambassadors, ladies and gentlemen, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. First of all, and on behalf of the government of the Kingdom of Morocco, I would like to convey how privileged my country is to be a partner to this 9th Global Summit of the vibrant Gujarat with a strong delegation. My sincere thanks go to the Government of India, particularly the State of Gujarat, for their generous hospitality, for the excellent organization, and for all the arrangement, assistance, and assistance provided. Morocco and India enjoy their cordial relation which date centuries back and go beyond the traditional framework of relations through achievement of an effective cooperation of bilateral, multilateral, and global interests. His Majesty King Mohammed VI and your Honorable Prime Minister have followed the same path as your predecessors, His Majesty King Mohammed V and the great leader Jawaharlal Nehru, may they rest in peace. Thanks to the balanced, responsible foreign policy based on respect for international legitimacy and for the territorial integrity of states, as well as on the defense of developing countries' interests and just causes. The last royal visits to India on the occasion of the third Summit of India-Africa Forum held in October 2015 gave substantial impetus and clear orientation to our bilateral relations, which are based on friendship and respect. I personally admire the way India has crafted its pioneering development model, which has enabled this country to become an emerging global power. Honorable Prime Minister, Morocco is above all politically stable country where a constant dynamic of opening and democratization has been established. Similarly, consistent reforms undertaken in my country allowed considerable improvement at both economic and social levels. World-class infrastructures, sound macroeconomic foundations, and bold sectoral strategies, not only in the traditional sectors like mining, fishing, textile, agro-industry, and tourism, but also in advanced sectors with high potential for development like ICT, automotive, renewable energy, and aerospace. Furthermore, thanks to its highly conducive investment and business environment, Morocco has significantly performed in doing business, moving from 128th position in 2009 to the 60th position this year. Morocco has also an extensive FTAs and PTAs network which allow foreign investors to have a free market access to almost 2 billion consumers, which make Morocco as a business bridge to the largest economies, namely the European Union and the United States, with which Morocco is the only African nation to have an FTA. Morocco, along with 49 countries, signed the Continental African Trade Agreement, which will attract more investment to the whole continent. Therefore, Morocco is keen to carry out tangible projects both at the bilateral level and within the framework of tripartite cooperation by placing the African continent at the center of its relation with India and by contributing to the economic development of Africa, creating jobs and having direct impact on the citizens' lives. Honorable Prime Minister, Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, given the growing needs of our people at the scale of the challenges faced, this 9th Global Summit of Vibrant Gujarat represents an opportunity for us to lay the foundations for an efficient, solidarity-based and the multidimensional cooperation model through which we can make optimal use of resources and skills available in our countries. It constitutes also as an important occasion to build bridges among emerging and developed countries that can foster sustainable and inclusive growth. Morocco looks forward to launching new joint initiatives with India within the framework of this summit in areas which are priorities for our nations and which our two countries have gained extensive expertise. An example of fruitful partnership between our two countries is an ongoing cooperation in the field of phosphates and their derivatives, mainly fertilizer, which we seek to expand to include food security programs, putting our know-how at the disposal of African countries. I firmly believe that the promising Morocco-India-Africa partnership can grow and prosper thanks to the complementary nature of our resources and skills, and thus help us achieve our objectives and serve our people. I should like, in this respect, to express my appreciation to India, and particularly in its Prime Minister, for making sure this summit is different from previous ones in terms of its objectives and general orientation. Thank you for your attention. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. We now invite Mr. Menno Snell, Honorable Minister of Finance, of Taxation and Customs, the Netherlands.
Honorable Prime Minister Modi, Chief Minister Rupani, Your Excellencies, honorable guests. It is an honor to be here today at the 9th Vibrant Gujarat Global Summit. And next to being on an official mission, I have also to admit that I fulfilled a long-standing dream, experiencing the beauty of India with my own eyes. And what a pleasure it has been to visit your beautiful, colorful and vibrant country over the past week. It has been and it is a fascinating, busy and also productive visit. Yesterday I had the pleasure to visit Gandhi Ashram, very close by in this beautiful state of Gujarat, and this historic and serene place made me feel humbled, rightly so. I myself come from the Netherlands, by some considered as a little wonder, thousands of kilometers away from here. So why do they call sometimes my country a little wonder? Well, let me explain. The Netherlands fits into the state of Gujarat 4.5 times over, and into India almost 79 times over. And yet, although geographically being small, economically we can push well above our weight. The Netherlands is, for example, the second largest exporter of agricultural products in the world. And we are world's fourth most competitive economy. And more specifically, for this country, I would like to point out that right now we are the fourth biggest investor in India. So, how has my country made such a big economic impact? And I want to give you 3 relevant reasons for today. First, it's the openness. Our strategic location by the sea means we have always focused on international cooperation. And thanks to the Port of Amsterdam, Port of Rotterdam, Amsterdam Schiphol Airport, and the excellent logistic connections by water and land, we are the gateway to the European continent, with almost 500 million consumers. We are honored to host now more than 200 Indian companies that have chosen the Netherlands as the location of their European activities. Tens of thousands of people are employed by Indian companies in the Netherlands. Second, our ability to innovate. Last year, the Netherlands was marked second as the world's most innovative country. Thirdly, we are a very inclusive society. Cooperating with all relevant stakeholders is key in our policy making. Partnering with international relationship, you could say, is in our DNA. In the Netherlands, we prefer to solve our problems by mediation and cooperation instead of litigation. And I'm really delighted to be here today in Gujarat, the birthplace of Prime Minister Modi. And although Dutch and the Gujarati people live a long way apart, I believe that we have a lot in common. We both have a keen enterprising spirit that we shared over centuries. More than 400 years ago, the Dutchman Pieter van der Broeke established the first Dutch trading post here in India, and in fact, right here in the state of Gujarat, in the city of Surat. And today, we still have a very busy, luckily, trade and investment office right here in Ahmedabad. Because state still connects us. So it's important to make trade flows as smooth as possible. And therefore, the chairman of the Central Board of Customs of India and I signed a letter of intent this week in New Delhi to further the customs treaty between the Netherlands and India, crucial to further trade facilitation between India and the Netherlands. So the flourishing trade relation we established already a long time ago developed now in a mutual investment. Our businesses are now so intertwined that many people in India see Unilever and Philips as Indian companies. After all, they have been here for decades. And also the Dutch cemeteries in Surat and Ahmedabad are also a testament of our old age ties. So our close ties also explain why more than 100 business people of 45 Dutch companies from sectors like agri-food, energy, ports and logistics were so keen to join me on this trade mission. The ambitious economic reform program of India is bearing fruit. Just to name a few: Startup India, Clean India, Digital India, the Ganga Rejuvenation. These plans are numerous and the results have been impressive. And the Dutch companies want to be partner in this journey. We believe we have a lot to offer to each other, especially when it comes to finding smart solutions for the big issues of our century, like the Sustainable Development Goals, like how to feed a growing global population with safe and nutritious food. And thanks to the close cooperation between businesses and universities, Dutch agriculture and horticulture is hyper-innovative, productive, and really efficient. Prime Minister Modi, you once said, "We walk together, we progress together, we think together, we resolve together, and together we take this country forward." And I couldn't agree more. And this is the key message on my behalf also of the summit today. We need to work together. We can't achieve everything on our own. And this doesn't only apply to the people of India, but it also applies between the cooperation of our countries. Together we can take the Netherlands and India forward and achieve our common sustainable goals. Together we can bolster existing relationships, forge new connections and make plans for a sustainable future. So let's build on these age-old ties that were born here right in this state of Gujarat. I wish you all a very inspiring, successful and vibrant summit. Netherlands or Farad, ki dosti hamesa kami yap rahengi. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir. We now invite Honorable Deputy Minister of Commerce, Thailand, Ms. Chutima Bunya Professora.
Honorable Prime Minister Shri Narendra Modi, Honorable Chief Minister Sri Vijay Rupani, Excellency Ministers, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. On behalf of the Royal Thai Government, I wish to express my sincere thanks to the Government of India and the Government of Gujarat for inviting Thailand as a partner country in the 9th Vibrant Gujarat Global Summit. This is truly mark an important milestone in the economic relations between India and Thailand. From the concept of re-establishing Gujarat as an investment destination to the efforts of connecting India to the world, the edition of Vibrant Gujarat have presented us the successful model of socio-economic development. In essence, Gujarat has been developed as a progressive, modern, and vibrant state for all Indians and foreign investors, including Thailand. The state has also been a powerful engine in mobilizing India's economy and bridging India to the world. the role she has been demonstrating for the past 5,000 years through Lotao, one of the world's oldest ports. With the guidance and vision of the Honorable Prime Minister of India, Shri Narendra Modi, the Gujarat model has been applied throughout India regions. Several emerging Indian states have followed this model and they have experienced rapid social and economic development. We admire that India has leapfrogged on the ease of doing business by climbing up 53 notches in the past 2 years and is now placed as the 77th position, the highest in the South Asia and the third among the BRICS member countries. Excellencies, distinguished guests, India and Thailand relations have sown seamlessly for over centuries. Both countries are linked in various dimensions, namely politics, economic, and people to people. At present, the bilateral economic ties between Thailand and India have enormously grown more than 30% in 2018, amounting to over 11 billion US dollars. Despite fruitful cooperation between Thailand and India, there are challenges that the two countries need to jointly overcome. These challenges range from the disruptive technologies of the fourth industrial revolution to the changing economic world order. Taking into account all these challenges, Thailand and India need to rethink on our strategy and approaches to maintain our growth and prosperity while leaving no one behind. Confronting the technology revolution, Thailand has introduced the Thailand 4.0 policy to drive forward the country to the era of innovative and technology-based manufacturers and services. Thailand has designated the Eastern Economic Corridor, or the EEC development plan, in the eastern part of the country, aiming to revitalize and enhance the well-known Eastern Economic Seaboard project. The EEC development plan will lead a significant development and transformation of Thailand's investment in physical and social infrastructure in the region. The Thai government plans to invest 43 billion US dollars in the next 5 years to build such an infrastructure. With the potential strategic location and incentive, the EEC will be the answer for companies who wish to expand their production base and logistic hub in connecting India to the world. In particular, the sector of technology, innovation, and biochemical. On behalf of the Lao Thai government, I am pleased to extend invitation to our Indian business partners to participate in the EEC project. Excellencies and distinguished guests, regarding the changing economic world order, the Indo-Pacific region has increasingly played a stronger part in driving the global economy. As a result, ASEAN and India, through their existing economic cooperation platforms, namely the ASEAN-India Free Trade Agreement and the Regional Comprehensive Economic Partnership, or so-called RCEP, will be able to forge the effective partnership as well as deepening and widening the economic integration in this region with key dialogue partners, including China, Japan, South Korea, Australia, and New Zealand. As the chairman of the ASEAN, Thailand would like to urge policymakers, stakeholders, and business communities of ASEAN and India to combine effort to push for an early conclusion of the RCEP by 2019, as instructed by the 16 leaders of RCEP. In this regard, RCEP will become the world's biggest FTA and provide a comprehensive platform for trade, investment, and economic relations in response to the new global economic environment. Excellencies and distinguished guests, the Cordial friendship between Thailand and India are also bolstered by strong people-to-people and cultural ties, which can be demonstrated by our long historical connection in Buddhism, Ramayana, and Hindu culture. Buddhism and Ramayana are a symbol of Thai's identity, while Hindu culture is a fundament of Thai art and architectures. Nowadays, Thailand is also home to more than 250,000 Indian diasporas who make significant contribution in fostering greater Thailand-India socio-cultural and economic relations. Excellencies and distinguished guests, the name of Gujarat is not unfamiliar to the Thai people. The King Rama VI took the name of Surat, which is the city in Gujarat, to designate the name of Thailand's southern province of Surat Thani, building the sisterhood between the Thai province and the Indian state. On behalf of the Yon Thai government, I therefore would like to express a full determination and goodwill to continue and deepen our economic ties in every level, from government to private sector. On my final note, once again, I would like to thank the government of India and the government of Gujarat for inviting Thailand to the 9th Vibrant Gujarat Global Summit. And I wish a great and successful, fruitful to all. Thank you very much. Shukriya.
Thank you, ma'am. We now invite Honorable Deputy Minister for Trade, Industry and Energy, South Korea, Mr. Kim Yong-rae.
Your Excellency, Honorable Prime Minister Modi, distinguished guests from around the world, let me begin by extending my deep gratitude for the kind invitation to this year's vibrant Gujarat Global Summit and the opportunity to represent my country, the Republic of Korea. The vibrant Gujarat Global Summit has developed into an important platform discussion, not only on the Indian economy, but also on the future direction of global economic development. India, as many of you will agree, has a great potential to become a major economic powerhouse of the global economy, given the very favorable enabling factor such as India's young, large population, its highly skilled workforce, and its cutting-edge science and technology, all of which stand out from other countries. Every year, 30 million workers enter into India's labor market, and 700,000 top-quality engineering students graduate in India. In addition, India is one of the 3 countries in the world that can build a supercomputer, and one of the 6 countries that can launch a satellite into space. We all know much work needs to be done to transform such great potential to a reality. Since taking office, His Excellency Prime Minister Modi is pursuing various reforms and initiatives to make it happen. India's Make in India initiative has been vastly improving the country's business environment. In particular, the Indian government implemented a major tax reform integrating various state and central level indirect tax into a uniform goods and service tax. Such efforts are well reflected by the substantial improvement in India's ease of doing business ranking compiled by the World Bank, where India jumped 65 spots in just 5 years. Honorable and distinguished delegation and ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to take this opportunity to share a few words on the economic relationship between Korea and India. The bilateral trade volume between the countries amounts to 20 billion US dollars, and more than 300,000 people cross the border between the countries. However, our bilateral economic cooperation still has a very large room for growth. Considering that Korea and India are 11th and the 6th largest economy in the world, and India has boundless potential. In this vein, I believe expansion of the free trade base for bilateral trade, strengthening our partnership in manufacturing, and deepening the bilateral cooperation in advanced technology will help our bilateral economic cooperation further strengthen. July last year, His Excellencies President Moon and the Prime Minister Modi urged the business community from both countries to work toward the goals of raising bilateral trade to 50 billion US dollar by 2030, in line with India's Act East policy and Korea's New Southern policy. To achieve our leaders' such shared vision, expanding free trade base is indispensable. In this context, I look forward to seeing in the near future the successful and early conclusion of the ongoing negotiations for improving the Korea-India CEPA and the RCEP. Our two leaders also agreed to establish the Korea-India Future Strategic Group to respond to the wide-ranging change brought by the Fourth Industrial Revolution. I also hope to see tangible outcome in the near future, and would like our cooperation to have a broader scope. The great Gandhi once said, "The future depends on what you do today." Just yesterday, I had the honor to witness the opening of a new quota office in Ahmedabad, which is the 6th Korea's official trade investment promotion office in India. The new presence of Korea's culture shows the Korean government's strong interest in our bilateral economic partnership. I'm sure the opening of a new cultural office yesterday will help our two countries strengthening the economic relations, as will today's vibrant Gujarat Global Summit. Close personal attention and support for our bilateral partnership will be greatly appreciated from all of you here today. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. We now invite Honorable Minister for Industrialization, Trade and SME Development, Namibia, Mr. Jekero Twea.
Madam, the Director of the Proceedings, Honorable Narendra Modi, the Prime Minister of the Republic of India, Honorable Vijay Rupani, the Chief Minister of Gujarat State, Honorable Ministers of the Republic of India, and colleagues, the visiting ministers, and as an oversight, let me also recognize the Honorable Prime Ministers that are in our midst, as they have alluded to by the Director of Ceremonies. Distinguished invited guests,
generals of the industries, members of the media, ladies and gentlemen, a very good morning to you all. I bring you fraternal greetings from the President of the Republic of Namibia, Dr. Hage Geingob, who is currently in Addis Ababa on a very serious matter, as you have learned, of what is happening in the DRC, as well as the greetings from the people and the government of the Republic of Namibia. To you, the great people of Gujarat and India in general, to the vibrant Gujarat 2019 at the 9th Global Summit under this theme, Shaping a New India. I would also like to thank the government of India for extending this cordial invitation to the government of Namibia to attend, as well as to say something at this very auspicious occasion at the vibrant Gujarat 2019. Let me also extend the word of appreciation for the warm hospitality that the Gujarat state has extended to my delegation and myself since our arrival. Namibia and India enjoy warm and cordial relations backdating to the era Namibia was involved in the hard-fought liberation struggle for our national independence, which we finally attained on the 21st of March 1990. Thank you very much, India, for being part of that hard struggle. In this regard, India played a pivotal role in assisting the Namibian people to be a free nation. This is why I'm standing here today to join the free nations. Hence, we as Namibians will always remain indebted to India and her people for that deliberate commitment in ensuring that Namibia is an independent country that is now founded on the principles of unity, liberty, and justice, which is enshrined in our coat of arms and our constitution. Our presence here today, Honorable Prime Minister, is a testimony that the diplomatic relations between the two friendly countries signifies the strategic importance Namibia attaches to India. And in this regard, India has uninterruptedly pursued capacity building initiatives through the ITEC, which is the Indian Technical and Economic Cooperation Programs, as well as other bilateral agreements to benefit the people of Namibia. During the last state visit of the former Indian President, His Excellency Shri Pranab Mukherjee to Namibia in 2016 to Namibia, the two governments signed two memorandum of understanding. One, to establish the Center of Excellence in Information Technology in Namibia. That has been established. Two, to build partnership between the Namibia Institute of Public Administration and Management, NIPAM, which is a public or government and state-owned enterprises institutions, and the Indian Institute of Management with the state or city of Ahmedabad. This was also done. So they were not just for ceremonial. So they were signed and executed in full. Therefore, Namibia's bilateral trade recorded a steady increase over the past years. Indian companies have invested in Namibia through various sectors such as mining. We have got Vedanta in the copper industry, infrastructure development, agriculture, and manufacturing, as well as in education. We have adopted a new policy now being referred to as the Special Economic Zone Policy, which offers greater incentives for foreign and local investment. And we therefore invite potential investors to continue coming to Namibia to explore further investment opportunities in Namibia. We also can guarantee you that there is peace and stability and tranquility. We also attaches high regard to the rule of law. We also have got enough land. Namibia is a size of 824,000 square kilometer. 824,000 square kilometer. We have got enough land to offer to investors to invest in areas such as energy that include renewable energy. We got a very strong sun, which is already given natural or raw material for renewable energy, for manufacturing, health sector, tourism, agro-processing, blue economy, and with blue economy, our coastal line stretches the area of 1,500 kilometers long. And Namibia is among the 10 countries that has got well-managed fishing industry or marine resources, among many other sectors to invest in. Namibia, last year, at the Southern Africa Development Community or SADC's 38th SADC Summit in August 2018 in Windhoek, was elected as the chair. Namibia currently is chairing the sub-regional economic bloc called SADC. This is why our president is in Addis today on the DRC matter. We attaches therefore great importance to peace and security in the region through engagement, through dialogue, through mediation, as well as other peaceful means in order to attract investment to that region. Namibia also has ratified the African Continental Free Trade Agreement last year in November. We have completed that exercise, and I want to put it on record that Namibia is merely 2.4 million population, but as a member of SADC, you come to Namibia not to invest in the 2.4 million, but it extends to the bigger family of SADC of over 300 million, and in ratifying that agreement of the Continental Free Trade Area, you are extending to then be part of the bigger African market that Africa is intending to open of 1.2 billion. India, who has got 1.3 billion, and Africa with 1.2 billion. What a good combination in terms of marketing. It is against this background, Honorable Prime Minister, ladies and gentlemen, that we are talking of global integration and that India and Namibia's bilateral relations should intensify these strategic alliances so that it can yield strategic outcomes and to fast-track industrialization and prosperity between the two countries and the two continents. With those few remarks, ladies and gentlemen, let me thank you for your attention and wish you a successful summit. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. We now invite Honorable Minister of Climate Change and Environment, UAE, Dr. Thani Al Ziaudi.
Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim, Your Excellency Narendra Modi, Honorable Prime Minister of Republic of India, Your Excellencies, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. It's indeed a great honor to represent my country, the United Arab Emirates, at the opening of vibrant Gujarat Global Summit 2019. I am pleased to convey to you the greetings and warm regards of the UAE's President, His Highness Sheikh Khalifa bin Zayed Al Nahyan, and the government and the people of the UAE. We wish India prosperity and continued success for years to come. The UAE and India enjoy long-standing and cordial relations across multiple fronts. The historic visits of the founding father of the UAE, late Sheikh Zayed bin Sultan Al Nahyan, to India in 1975 laid the foundation for the strong bilateral relations between our two countries. These bonds were reinforced in 1981 with the visit of the late Indian Prime Minister Indira Gandhi to the UAE. More recently, we have been honored to welcome and host Prime Minister Modi in the UAE. 2015 marked a watershed for the UAE-India relations with the first visit of an Indian Prime Minister to the UAE in 34 years. His second state's visit in 2018 infused new energy and directions to an already solid partnership. As you would know, the UAE leadership has always promoted tolerance and peaceful coexistence, with 2019 being observed as the year of tolerance in the UAE. The Indian community in the UAE experienced this tolerance firsthand every day, and during his visit, Prime Minister Modi participated in the groundbreaking ceremony of the first Hindu temple in Abu Dhabi. His Highness Sheikh Mohammed bin Zayed Al Nahyan, Crown Prince of Abu Dhabi and Deputy Supreme Commander of the UAE Armed Forces, made the history as well when he visited India in 2016 and 2017 as the chief guest for India's Republic Day celebrations in New Delhi, which boosted the relations to a strategic partnership. Distinguished guests, backed by a political and people-to-people interactions, bilateral trade continued to soar despite global headwinds, valued at $180 million per annum in 1970. The balance of a trade volume between India and the UAE is now worth $57 billion, making India the first largest trading partner of the UAE, while the UAE is India's third largest trading partner after China and the US. 2018 saw a flurry of investments by UAE companies in India, and the UAE-India relationships has entered a vibrant growth phase with bilateral trade on track to exceed $100 billion by 2020. The values of peace and tolerance, so dear to the founders of India and the UAE, Mahatma Gandhi and Sheikh Zayed respectively, are deeply rooted in both countries. As a tribute to the leaders of our nations, we announced the launch of Gandhi Zayed Digital Museum at Abu Dhabi during the visit of His Highness Sheikh Abdullah bin Zayed, our Minister of Foreign Affairs and International Cooperation, to India in June 2018. The UAE hosts the largest Indian expatriates community in the world, which close to 3.3 million people. The Indian community in the UAE has also helped the Indian economy flourish through their hard-earned remittance. The UAE is currently the largest source of remittances for India, registering an outstanding of 13.82 billion US dollars in 2017. We highly value the contributions of the Indian community in the UAE and the integral role they have played and continue to play in various phases of our nation's developments and processes. As we look back at our achievements, they energized us and give us the confidence that a lot more can be done together. We aspire to see the trajectory of the UAE-India ties continue to soar, entering new areas of cooperation and dynamism. We're confident that participation of UAE's delegation in this prestigious trade event will add a new dimension to the UAE-India trade relations. I extend my thanks and sincere appreciation to the leaders, the government, and people of the Republic of India for their warm receptions and hospitality, and wish this summit success in its mission. Thank you for listening.
Thank you, sir. We next invite Governor, Commonwealth of Kentucky, USA, Mr. Matthew Griswold Bevin.
Thank you so much for the honor of being here with you today. Thank you for gathering. Prime Minister Modi, thank you. Chief Minister Rupani, thank you. To those of you who have come from more than 100 countries around the world, thank you for taking the time to be here to celebrate this incredible opportunity to do business with this incredible nation. I want to say thank you to the men and women who put every flower on this stage and every chair in here, the lights, all of it, the lights in the trees, the people who direct the traffic. This is an extraordinary event, and it is an honor to be here leading the U.S. delegation. On behalf of our President, Donald Trump, and our Secretary of Commerce, Wilbur Ross, on behalf of the U.S.-India Business Council, and the men and women who make up the U.S. delegation, thank you for the honor of speaking with you. When I was a boy, I grew up in a very rural environment, in a very humble way, raising crops and animals. I grew up raising chickens and goats, and when I was a boy, selling vegetable seeds and flower seeds. Why do I tell you this? It was a simple rural environment, not at all unlike many of you in this room, many in this country who have experienced similar things. But in the United States, we are blessed with something that we call the American dream. The American dream is possible because I was fortunate to be born in a republic where freedom and the rule of law and a democratically elected government is possible. The very same blessing has been given to 1.3 billion people in the Republic of India, who also have been born in freedom with a democratically elected government and the vision to elect people like Prime Minister Modi, who comes himself from very humble beginnings. This is the greatness of India. It's the greatness of America. It's why it is so important that we work together. There is a lot of conversation now about global trade policy. You hear about it. Those of you in the media cover this over and over again. It is very topical in the United States as well. Lots of conversation, what is happening at the national level. I want to encourage you all to understand that at the subnational level, good things are happening. India is rising quickly. The estimation of the American people, our esteem for the people of India is very high. We are grateful for the input, for the business and the science and the innovation that the people of India have brought to our nation. Last year, more than $125 billion worth of goods and services exchanged between our countries. India is now one of our 10th largest trading partners and climbing quickly. The opportunity is bright ahead of us. This window is open for a time. But for how long will this window of opportunity be open? We don't know. Many things can happen geopolitically. There are some in the United States who have said, we are large, the world will come to us. Perhaps there are some in India who have said, we are large and the world will come to us. We will wait. I would encourage you not to wait. This is why we are here with this delegation. One of the native sons of Kentucky, perhaps our most famous native son, was a man named Abraham Lincoln. Perhaps you've heard his name. He's famous for many things, but one thing that he said was, good things may come to those who wait, but only the things left behind by those who hustle. So I would encourage you to hustle. I would encourage India to hustle and America to hustle in our conversations with one another, to work quickly with urgency, with focus. In order to do this, we must be bold. We must be visionaries, because history looks back on visionaries as people of action, people like your Prime Minister, people who are willing to take controversy by taking stances that are not always popular. And indeed, if you are bold, if you are a visionary, if we are to accomplish what the US and India are capable of accomplishing, there will be controversy. But the great Greek philosopher Aristotle once noted that if you want to avoid controversy, you should say nothing, do nothing, and be nothing. I don't think that's a good alternative. The people of India demand better than nothing. They are demanding action and bold leadership. You have that in your Prime Minister. It is an honor for me to work with him, even in some small way. There's great opportunity before us. The man who invented these lights, Thomas Edison, once said that most people miss opportunity because it usually shows up in work clothes and looks like hard work. And this is true. There is great opportunity, but there is great work ahead of us. We can accomplish these things, I know it. How can we do it? We can do it by cutting red tape. Honorable Prime Minister, you have been asked from this stage to think about limiting the amount of competition and limiting the exchange of ideas and of information and of goods. I would encourage you to think the opposite. It is important to be protective. It is important to put the people of India first, but it is also important for their opportunity and for our opportunity as citizens of the world to trade with one another, exchange ideas, because iron sharpens iron. And the greatest possibility comes from the exchange of these ideas. If we can cut red tape, I wear this simple button. It's a pair of scissors cutting through red tape. I had the opportunity to share this with you yesterday when we met. If we can cut the regulations, cut the bureaucracy, cut the red tape, the opportunity is incredible between our nations. It's truly incredible possibilities. I will close with this. Just a few months ago here in Gujarat, there was the dedication of the tallest statue in the world. It has been mentioned earlier today. The Statue of Unity. It honors Sardar Patel, a man who was a brilliant statesman, an innovator, a visionary, a man of action, somebody who pushed people to accomplish great things. And now he is honored with this Statue of Unity. The flag of Kentucky has a motto. The motto on our state flag says, "United we stand, divided we fall." United we stand, divided we fall. It is appropriate given the unity that has come from this state of Gujarat. The opportunity before us between India and the United States is incredible. But the responsibility falls on each one of us, those of us in elected positions, those of you who are in industry, those of you who represent various constituencies. We have much work to do, but we can do this. We must do this. The future is bright indeed. United we stand, divided we fall. Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for those warm words of praise for India and its enlightened leadership in your inspiring address. We are honored to invite Governor General Designate Australia, our partner country, and current Governor of New South Wales, Mr. David Hurley, for his address.
Honourable Prime Minister, Honourable Governor of Gujarat, Chief Minister of Gujarat. It's a delight for me to be here today leading the Australian delegation, in particular representing the state of New South Wales. We've heard about the closeness of many countries and their relationships with India today. But the Indian-Australian, the Gujarat-New South Wales relationship is very close. So close that our gods frequently visit each other's country. Today, the former captain of the Australian cricket team, Alan Border, is here with us, while the Indian captain Virat Kohli strides triumphant across Australia. Kohli's building and leadership of India's cricket team mirrors the role that Gujarat has played in leading and uplifting the Indian economy. The New South Wales government has recognised this, and it was a driver for the implementation of a memorandum of understanding linking New South Wales and Gujarat in a state-to-state relationship. An MOU agreed under the guidance of the Prime Minister when he was the Chief Minister of Gujarat. The Australian government sees what the world sees, and India growing in economic and strategic weight. That is why the Australian government commissioned and released a new India strategy last year, entitled An Indian Economic Strategy to 2035, navigating from potential to delivery. And that strategy is being delivered. The Australian government eagerly anticipates an Indian government response to the strategy, a strategy that will, I believe, set in place a strong framework for bilateral trade and business, but more than that, a framework with a global outlook that capitalises on the strength of both countries and their economies. In New South Wales, we have a significant Indian community. It has made a wonderful contribution to the life and the economic fabric of our country. We also welcome many, and indeed more, Indian students, tourists and businesses to our shores every year. As is in the Indian way, these close bonds between people have grown and over time allowed for trusting business relationships to develop. Indeed, Gujarat is one of two Indian states where New South Wales can proudly point to a bilateral agreement that is helping to inform better relations and improve business outcomes. Our partnership, in particular with Gujarat, has been designed to encourage collaboration and problem solving in key areas where we both face challenges, such as the educating of our youth, sustainable urban development, clean technologies, skill development and agribusiness. The agreement is indeed supporting an increased business engagement at the micro level, and we're delighted to welcome more businesses from Gujarat to New South Wales each year. The theme of this year's summit, Shaping a New India, acknowledges the growth and transformational change currently underway here. As India enters a period of sustained growth, it offers enormous potential and growth opportunities for global partners. We in Australia, and particularly New South Wales, from my perspective, want to join with you on this journey, and we believe that we can be a valuable partner. In New South Wales, we're addressing our social and economic challenges through ingenuity, innovation, technology and global partnerships. And we have found a like-minded partner in Gujarat and more broadly in India. New South Wales is Australia's, and I think the Asia-Pacific's centre of innovation and new thinking. It's where high-tech startups and innovative leaders have found a natural home, and where they are supported by a strong financial ecosystem, an economy that has had continuous growth for 27 years, and an education sector that assists them to thrive. I believe that we can share this common approach, this common understanding with Gujarat. That is why we are spending more time, money and resources helping our local innovators visit India. Today we provide more support to New South Wales entrepreneurs who want to access talent and partners in India than we do for those who want to go to Silicon Valley, New York or London. This global summit is an acknowledgement that growth will be driven by collective and collaborative effort, and I echo the words of our previous speaker, collaborative and collective. It will only stall and stutter if undertaken in isolation. New South Wales and indeed Australia is an open, welcoming and globally oriented economy that is delivering growth through stronger partnerships and collaboration. India is and will continue to be an essential element, an essential ingredient in our success. So I look forward over the next 2 days to meeting with businesses, members of the Indian government and other participants who share the same optimism and the same drive. Again, it's a pleasure to be invited to represent Australia and New South Wales here at this summit, and I wish you all every success. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. On this occasion, we are honored to receive a recorded video message from the Honorable President of Israel, His Excellency, Mr. Benjamin Netanyahu.
Warm greetings from Jerusalem to the vibrant Gujarat Global Summit. The summit celebrates India's impressive economic growth and its enormous contribution to the global economy. I congratulate my good friend, Prime Minister Narendra Modi, on initiating the summit. I congratulate him on his vision to propel India into the future through the power of innovation. I will never forget my visit to India and Gujarat last year. I'll never forget the warm welcome we received. Gujarat will always symbolize the powerful connection between our two peoples. 100 years ago, some of the Indian soldiers who fell in the battle to liberate the port city of Haifa in Israel were Gujaratis. We honor and cherish their memories. After the 2001 earthquake in Gujarat, Israel sent rescue workers to establish a field hospital. And in this field hospital, 18 babies were born. One of them is called, a girl, Israela. Our people have a long history of working together, and today our cooperation is stronger than ever. We cooperate in almost every field: water, agriculture, security, R&D, cyber, even the movie industry. Last year, Prime Minister Modi and I launched the India-Israel Innovation Bridge to jointly address our most pressing global challenges, using technology, using the power of the mind, using the power of creativity. Together, we're building limitless possibilities for the future. I want to wish you a successful summit. You have a great program, you have a great leader, and you have a great vision.
We are honored to invite Honorable Prime Minister of Czech Republic, His Excellency, Mr. Andrej Babis, for his address.
Honorable Prime Minister of India, heads of states and governments, Chief Minister of Gujarat, ministers, business representatives, ladies and gentlemen, Namaste and good afternoon to you all. I thank Prime Minister Narendra Modi and Chief Minister Vijay Rupani for inviting me to participate in the vibrant Gujarat Global Summit 2019. It is indeed a great honor and privilege for me to be here and have the opportunity to address such a great number of policy leaders, captains of global industry, and businessmen attending the inaugural session of this landmark event. The Prime Minister, ladies and gentlemen, I have come to India with the objective to boosting bilateral relations between the Czech Republic and India and contributing personally to the cause of elevating them to the strategic partnership level. Our relationship deserves such an elevation. The Czech Republic and India enjoy multifaceted ties encompassing trade, investment, science, energy, and people-to-people contacts. We have the similar vision of globally shared prosperity built on democracy, human rights, good governance, and all-inclusive growth. We support each other in international forums and conduct fruitful dialogue on global issues. The two countries are strong supporters of multilateralism and oppose protectionism in all forms. The Czech Republic is following with interest India's tremendous transformation and modernization efforts. I must acknowledge and show respect for all what India has done over the last couple of years to open its economy, ease of doing business, and make sustainable development and growth a reality for all. The figures speak for themselves. However, I would like also to recognize the initiative that your government, Mr. Prime Minister Modi, has been pursuing to increase the new manufacturing capacities and create the environment tempting India companies to innovate, go internationally, and be ready to face competition on the global market. The Czech Republic is a highly industrialized country with one of the highest industry to GDP ratio worldwide, and as an export-oriented economy with one of the highest export to the GDP ratios, can perfectly understand the importance behind these initiatives. And not only that, we believe that we are ideally positioned to be a good partner for India on its industrial journey and more export-oriented growth in the future. We are therefore committed to working with Indian counterparts to benefit fully from two countries' strengths and complementarities of our economies. The presence of a large group of Czech entrepreneurs and business people accompanying me on the visit to India gives a convincing indication of our intentions and the interest we have to increase our economic presence here, with the particular focus on vibrant Gujarat. They represent the best of Czech entrepreneurial talent, creativity, and innovation skills. The Czech Republic has a long-standing manufacturing presence in India, or I should rather say, Make in India presence. Some of Czech brands engaged in automotive, energy, engineering, and defense have been working here for decades. Czech companies are taking important strides to increase their provide services in India, presence as well, in sectors such as financial services, tourism, and engineering services. There is a saying according to which people should make hay while the sun shines. In India, the sun, the economic sun, shines brightly, and entrepreneurs from all over the world, including from Czech Republic, are coming here to let the sun shine down on their businesses. Tomorrow I will be in Pune to witness yet two new businesses, examples of the Czech being in the right place, in the right time, as the two Czech Republic-based companies, Škoda Auto and Technicode, will be officially opening new high-tech facilities there, one in the automotive sector, the other on the area in engineer functional coatings. Before concluding, let me say that in the Czech Republic, we may not have as much sun as in India, but I can assure you, all present here, that is one of the brightest economic spots in Europe. Good news is that more and more Indian companies realize that and are keen to benefit from tremendous trade and investments opportunities offered by one of the fastest growing economies and the most stable economy in Europe, what is Czech Republic. Mr. Prime Minister, ladies and gentlemen, to conclude, I wish you nice, vibrant Gujarat Global Summit a complete success. Namaste and thank you to all.
Thank you very much, sir. We are honored to invite Honorable Prime Minister of Denmark, His Excellency Mr. Lars Løkke Rasmussen, for his address.
Honorable Prime Minister Modi, Honorable Chief Minister Rupani, dignitaries, excellencies, ladies and gentlemen. I'm indeed honored to be here today, and I'm grateful for the hospitality you have shown to me, to my wife, and the Danish business delegation. Thank you very much. India is on the move. Rapid growth, profound development, new possibilities for millions and millions of people. Within a relatively few years, India has managed to deal with challenges that go way back. This is incredible and calls for respect. Yet, with the solving of old challenges, new challenges occur. Climate change is one of them, a challenge of such a magnitude that it threatens the future of millions of people and life on Earth. We cannot do anything to prevent it. It is in fact out of our hands unless we work together, act together, come together to combat the challenges that our children are in risk of facing. If we do that, if we choose to work together, we can move mountains. And vibrant Gujarat is an example of just that. Denmark has been a part of vibrant Gujarat for many years. And this year, 2019, marks the second time we are participating as a partner country. There's a very good reason for this. Gujarat and Denmark have much to offer each other. You have shown what partnership, ambitions and skills can do. Denmark is keen to embark on your journey. Denmark is in the middle of a green transition. Over the last number of decades, we have managed to double our economy, while at the same time having reduced our emissions of greenhouse gases. And along the way, we have turned green solutions into good business. Danish companies are world-leading when it comes to wind energy, clean water solutions, energy efficiency, and sustainable agriculture. Some of them are with us today. I am pleased that Gujarat has welcomed a number of leading companies from Denmark, such as AP Møller Mærsk, Vestas, AVK, Grundfos, and LM Wind Power, just to name a few. These companies have successfully established production here, not least because the benefit from the many skills available here, for instance, engineers and IT specialists. In this way, Denmark and India work together for the benefit of our people and for the benefit of the world. I hope we will continue to do so in the years to come, following a mutual path in search for a better future. So once again, thank you so much for your hospitality. I wish us all a good and vibrant conference. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. We are honored to invite Honorable Prime Minister of Malta, His Excellency Dr. Joseph Muscat.
Prime Minister, Chief Minister, Excellencies, guests. During my time as Commonwealth Chair in office, I got to understand much better the dynamic leadership of India, an up-and-coming key driver of the world economy. And I know that this is the vision of your Prime Minister for a new India by 2022, a vision that he has endeavored to achieve since his time as Chief Minister here in Gujarat. This is a state that punches above its weight in India. It accounts, if my numbers are correct, for 5% of the country's population, but is responsible for more than a fifth of the country's exports. Your openness, commitment to reducing bureaucracy, and strong investment in infrastructure are key factors behind this impressive track record. Malta is quite different from Gujarat in many ways, but there are considerable similarities too. We are the smallest state in the European Union, but we also have an economy that has punched above its weight for the past year. While most of Europe has struggled considerably after the financial crisis, Malta's economy has continued to grow consistently after a period of lull. I am proud to say that for every year since I have become Prime Minister, my country has experienced the largest relative growth in jobs out of all European countries. Whereas in the first 10 years after joining the European Union, our GDP per capita had settled at around 82% of the European average. The past 6 years, we have risen to almost at par of the European average. At the same time, the stock of FDI has increased by a third. We have turned a fiscal deficit into a surplus while cutting taxes, and we cut out our debt to GDP ratio. The main reason for this turnaround is our commitment to enhance the competitiveness of our economy by reducing burdens to business. To achieve this, we have transformed, for example, our energy sector, attracting private investment in our public utility, similarly to what Gujarat did some years before us. We even internationalized our energy company that has since started investing in clean energy projects all over Europe, and then also in diversification in other sectors. I'm obliged to mention an Indian company, Streamcast Data, which is one of our partners in providing multinationals in Europe and North Africa with cutting-edge global data centers. We also worked hard to make our country more attractive to investors by cutting bureaucracy and supporting industry directly. Through our policies, we made our economy one of the most stable in the world. In fact, the latest Global Competitiveness Report issued by the World Economic Forum has us as the top country worldwide in this regard. Investors have clearly benefited from this conducive environment. Take the example of Aurobindo, an Indian pharmaceutical firm that has its European testing base in Malta, and which has since invested in the largest analytical testing facilities in Europe, while doubling its very skilled workforce. Actually, our own medicine authority, the Malta Medicine Authority, is quite popular here in Gujarat due to its standards in overseeing inspections in local pharmaceutical companies, as it does in India, in the Gulf, and elsewhere, so that companies can get a certificate of good manufacturing practice to enter the European markets. We are becoming a nimble and dynamic hub of choice which wants to partner up with other hubs, such as Gujarat in India. We are now consolidating ourselves as the blockchain island by becoming, as we have become since November last year, the first jurisdiction worldwide to enact legislation regulating the distributed ledger technologies, better known as blockchain. I believe that blockchain will revolutionize the way in which public and private businesses will operate. And rather than resist it, policymakers should harness its potential. But blockchain is just one of a series of disruptive technologies. We are making sure that our country is future-proof by opening up even more to newer technologies. What about the future of work? What about artificial intelligence? This is where we want to cooperate more with India and with its startups and with its established corporations. That is why we believe that there is a tremendous opportunity for cooperation. Cooperation that we have seen over the years. There is a very good Indian diaspora in Malta that has been with us since the mid-18th century. Indian families that have prospered with us, taking the advantage of benefits in the world's first era of industrialization and globalization. As of recently, we are witnessing a renewed wave of interest from Indian corporations in our country. In particular, those Indian families and businesses who for historical reasons have made London their European base for operations. Without entering into the merits of what's going on right now in the UK, I can tell you that many Indian companies are finding in Malta, with our shared Commonwealth values, an ideal alternative as a European base. I look forward to welcoming more businesses to Malta, more Indian businesses to Malta, and to having a vibrant relationship. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. We are honored to invite President, Republic of Uzbekistan, His Excellency, Mr. Shavkat Mirziyoyev, for his address.
Bosh vazir janob oliylari, muhtaram Narendra Modi, Gujarat shtabi gubernatori, hurmatli Prakash Koli janob oliylari, Gujarat katta vaziri, hurmatli Rupani janoblari, hurmatli delegatsiya rahbarlari, xonimlar va janoblar.
Your Excellency, Honorable Prime Minister, Mr. Narendra Modi, Your Excellency, Governor of the State of Gujarat, Mr. Prakash Koli, Chief Minister of the State of Gujarat, Mr. Vijay Rupani, distinguished heads of delegations, ladies and gentlemen.
Avvalo Jo'shqin Gujarat sammitiga taklifingiz hamda delegatsiyamizga ko'rsatilayotgan katta e'tibor va mehmondo'stlik uchun bosh vazir janob oliylari va Gujarat hukumatiga samimiy minnatdorchilik bildiraman.
Above all, I express my sincere gratitude to His Excellency, Honorable Prime Minister and Government of Gujarat for the invitation to the vibrant Gujarat Summit and profound consideration and hospitality shown to our delegation.
Betakror Gujarat qadimiy tarixi va noyob madaniyati bilan nafaqat Hindistonda, balki butun jahonda mashhur ekanini yaxshi bilamiz. U asrlar davomida savdo va tadbirkorlikda yetakchi hudud bo'lib kelgan. Bugun esa zamonaviy Hindistonning biznes ruhini namoyon etadi.
We are well aware of that the unique Gujarat is famous for its ancient history and rare culture not only in India but also throughout the world. For centuries it has been a leading venue for trade and entrepreneurship, and today it reflects the business spirit of modern India.
Bu yurtda Muhammad Gandhi, Sardor Patel kabi Hindiston davlatining asoschilari bo'lmish buyuk zotlar tavallud topgan. Bu zamin mening do'stim bosh vazir Narendra Modining vatani hamdir.
This land was a birthplace for such founders of the state of India, the great men as Mahatma Gandhi and Sardar Patel. This land is also home to my friend, Honorable Prime Minister Narendra Modi.
Gujarat misolida butun Hindistonni modernizatsiya, innovatsiya va barqaror taraqqiyotning global markaziga aylantirishga qaratilgan sizning harakatlaringiz janob bosh vazir o'z natijalarini bermoqda. Men Gujaratga kelib bunga yana bir bor amin bo'ldim.
Your efforts and the example of Gujarat to turn entire India into a global hub of modernization, innovation and sustainable progress are yielding their results. By coming to Gujarat, I have become convinced of this once again.
Hurmatli sammit ishtirokchilari, Hindiston bilan uzoq muddatli strategik sheriklikni mustahkamlash O'zbekiston tashqi siyosatining ustuvor yo'nalishlaridan biridir. O'tgan yili Modi janob oliylari bilan bo'lgan samarali uchrashuvlarimiz ko'p qirrali munosabatlarimiz rivojiga ulkan turtki berdi.
Dear participants of the summit, strengthening the long-term strategic partnership with India stands as one of the priority directions of Uzbekistan's foreign policy. The productive meetings we have held last year with His Excellency Mr. Modi rendered enormous impetus to the development of our multifaceted relationships.
O'zaro hamkorligimizning kengaytirish uchun quyidagi masalalarga alohida to'xtalib o'tmoqchiman. Birinchidan, eramizdan avvalgi 3-2 asrlarda Hind zaminini Markaziy Osiyo bilan Buyuk Hindiston yo'li bog'laganini yaxshi hammamiz bilamiz.
I would like to particularly dwell on the following issues in terms of expanding our mutual cooperation. First, it is well known that the Great Indian Road connected the Indian land with Central Asia in 3rd, 2nd centuries BC.
Bugun ham Markaziy va Janubiy Osiyo bozorlari o'rtasidagi ishonchli savdo va transport kommunikatsiyalarini yaratish har qachongidan dolzarbdir. Biz Trans-Afg'on temir yo'li loyihasini muhokama qilyapmiz. Istiqbolda bu yo'l Janubiy Osiyoga, jumladan Cho'g'bahor porti orqali Hindistonga chiqish imkonini beradi.
Yet today it is still ever urgent to establish the reliable trade and transport communications between Central and South Asian markets. We are discussing the project of the Trans-Afghan Railroad. In the future, this route will enable access to South Asia and in particular through Choghbahar seaport to India.
Ikkinchidan, biz yetakchi Hind kompaniyalarining ilg'or texnologiyalari va innovatsiyalarining keng jalb qilishdan manfaatdormiz. Telekommunikatsiya, informatsion texnologiyalar dasturiy ta'minot, qishloq xo'jaligi, qayta tiklanadigan energiya hamda ushbu sohalar uchun yuqori malakali mutaxassislar tayyorlash uchun qo'shma loyihalarni amalga oshirishni taklif etamiz. Shu maqsadda Toshkent shahrida qo'shma texnopark tashkil etish bo'yicha amaliy ishlarni boshladik.
Second, we are interested in broadly attracting the cutting-edge technologies and innovations of advanced Indian companies. We propose to implement the joint projects on training the highly qualified specialists for the spheres of telecommunications, information technologies, software, agriculture, renewable energy, and related areas. With such a goal, we have started practical work in terms of establishing a joint technological park in the city of Tashkent.
Uchinchidan, biz mamlakatimizga Hindiston sarmoyalarini jalb etish uchun Hind kompaniyalarining eng qulay sharoit va keng imtiyozlarni yaratib beramiz. Biz avvalo kimyo sanoati, energetika, farmatsevtika, tekstil, charm poyabzal, turizm sohalaridagi istiqbolli loyihalarni amalga oshirishdan manfaatdormiz. Andijon viloyatida birinchi O'zbek-Hind erkin farmatsevtika zonasi yaratilishi bu boradagi sheriklikning yorqin misolidir.
Third, in order to draw investments from India to our country, we will create the most comfortable conditions and extended benefits for the Indian companies. We are, above all, interested in implementing prospective projects in the spheres of chemical industry, energy, pharmaceuticals, textiles, leather and footwear, and tourism. Establishment of the first Uzbek-Indian free pharmaceutical zone in Andijan region serves as a vivid example of partnership in this direction.
To'rtinchidan, Gujarat ikki tomonlama hamkorlikning kuchaytirishda muhim rol o'ynashini ishonchim komil. Gujaratning ulkan iqtisodiy salohiyati va Andijon viloyati bilan sheriklik aloqalaridan kelib chiqib, Shoh Bobur tug'ilgan va ulug' Akbar Shoh ajdodlarining vatani bo'lmish Andijonda O'zbekiston-Hindiston mintaqalari biznes forumini shu yilni o'tkazishni taklif qilamiz.
Fourth, I'm confident that Gujarat can play an important role in strengthening the bilateral cooperation. Based on the enormous economic potential of Gujarat and its partnership links with Andijan region, we propose to hold this year the Uzbekistan-India Regional Business Forum in Andijan, the birthplace to Babur Shah and home to ancestors of the great Akbar Shah.
Beshinchidan, madaniyat, fan, ta'lim, tibbiyot sohalarida aloqalarni yanada rivojlantirishga alohida e'tibor beramiz. 2020-yilda Hindistonda O'zbekiston madaniyat yilini hamda O'zbekistonda Hindiston madaniyat yilini o'tkazishni taklif etamiz.
Fifth, we will pay special attention to further developing relations in the spheres of culture, science, and education, medicine. We propose to conduct in 2020 the Uzbekistan Culture Year in India and the India Culture Year in Uzbekistan.
Har ikkala davlatda aholining katta qismi yoshlar ekanini inobatga olgan holda joriy yilda yurtimizda O'zbek-Hind yoshlar festivalini o'tkazishni reja qilyapmiz. Shubhasiz, bu kelajakdagi munosabatlarimiz uchun eng katta investitsiya bo'ladi.
Taking into account that the major part of population in both states is the youth, this year we are planning to organize the Uzbek Indian Youth Festival in our country. There is no doubt this will serve as the biggest investment to our relationships in the future.
Muhtaram summit ishtirokchilari, hurmatli do'stim Modi janob oliylari, sizni va buyuk Hind xalqining yaqinlashib kelayotgan milliy bayram Respublika kuni bilan samimiy tabriklayman.
Dear participants of the summit, my dear friend, Your Excellency Mr. Modi, I sincerely congratulate you and the great Indian nation on the occasion of forthcoming national holiday, the Republic Day.
Ushbu fursatdan foydalanib barchangizni summit doirasida tashkil etilgan O'zbekiston ko'rgazmasiga taklif qilaman. Sizlar bu yerda mamlakatimizning sanoat, investitsion va sayyohlik salohiyati, boy tariximiz va madaniyatimiz bilan yaqindan tanishish imkoniyatiga ega bo'lasiz. So'zimning yakunida sammitning barcha ishtirokchilariga katta muvaffaqiyatlar tilayman. E'tiboringiz uchun rahmat.
Availing myself of this opportunity, I invite all of you to visit the Uzbekistan exhibition organized as a part of the summit. There you will have an opportunity to closely learn about industrial, investment, and tourist potential of our country, as well as our rich history and culture. In conclusion, I wish a great success to all participants of the summit. Thank you for your attention.
Thank you very much, Excellencies. Honorable Prime Minister of India, Shri Narendra Modi, is a visionary leader working in mission mode to realize his supreme dream of regenerating and transforming India. His governance model, a development plus model for shaping a new India, is based on bold initiatives such as Make in India, Startup India, Skill India, Clean India, Digital India. His vision and proactive governance has transformed this business summit from a small beginning in 2003 to this mega event today in 2019, being held in the serene ambience of Mahatma Mandir. Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, we are honored to invite Honorable Prime Minister of India, Shri Narendra Modi ji, for his inaugural address.
His Excellency, the President of Uzbekistan, Mr. Satwat Mirzoyev, His Excellency, the Prime Minister of Denmark, Mr. Lars Loke Rasmussen, His Excellency, the Prime Minister of Czech Republic, Mr. Ande Babiš, His Excellency, the Prime Minister of Malta, Dr. Joseph Muscat, Honorable Ministers and Excellencies from various countries, representatives and delegates from partner countries, corporate leaders, invitees, participants, and delegates, dignitaries on the dais, young friends, ladies and gentlemen, I'm delighted to welcome you to the 9th chapter of the Vibrant Gujarat Summit. As you can see, this has now become a truly global event, one that has space for everyone. It has dignity of the presence of senior political leadership. It has the energy of CEOs and corporate leaders. It has the gravitas of institutions and opinion makers. And it has the vitality of young enterprise and startups. Vibrant Gujarat has contributed to the confidence building of our enterprise. It will also help in capacity building and adoption of global best practices by government agencies. I wish you all a productive, fruitful, and enjoyable summit. In Gujarat, this is the season of the kite festival or Uttarayan. Amid the busy schedule of the summit, I hope you shall be able to take some time out to enjoy the sights and sounds of the festivities and the state. I particularly welcome and thank the 15 partner countries of this edition of Vibrant Gujarat. I also thank the 11 partner organizations and all those countries, organizations and institutions who are holding their seminars at this forum. It is also a matter of satisfaction that 8 Indian states have come forward to make use of this forum to highlight their respective investment opportunities. I hope you all shall find time to visit the global trade show, which is remarkable in a scale and range of world-class products, processes, and technologies. In fact, Gujarat represents the best of business spirit which exists in India. This event is further sharpened the age which Gujarat had seen several decades. The Vibrant Gujarat Summit has had a transformation journey of 8 successful editions. A number of conventions and seminars have been organized on various topics. These issues are of importance to Indian society and economy, as well as the entire global community. By way of example, let me mention the celebration of Africa Day tomorrow and the global conclave of International Chambers on 20th January. Friends, assembled here today is truly august gathering. We are honored by the presence of many heads of state and government and several other distinguished delegates. This shows that international bilateral cooperation is no longer limited to national capitals, but now extend to our state capitals as well. In India, as in most emerging economies, our challenge is to grow horizontally as well as vertically. Horizontally, we have to spread the benefits of development to regions and communities that have lagged behind. Vertically, we have to meet and enhance expectations in terms of quality of life, quality of services, and quality of infrastructure. We are well aware that our achievements here in India will directly impact 1/6 of humanity. Friends, those who visit India regularly would have felt a change in the air. The change is both in terms of direction and intensity. Over the last 4 years, the focus of my government has been to reduce government and enhance governance. The mantra of my government has been reform, perform, transform, and further perform. We have taken a number of drastic steps. We have also undertaken deeper structural reforms which have added strength to our economy and nation. As we have done so, we continue to remain one of the fastest growing major economies in the world. Major international financial institutions like the World Bank and the IMF, as well as agencies like Moody's, have expressed confidence in India's economic journey. We are focused on removing the barriers which were preventing us from achieving our full potential. We will continue the pace and process of reforms and deregulation. Friends, India is now ready for business as never before. We have made doing business easier. In the last 4 years, we have jumped 65 places in the global ranking of World Bank's Doing Business report. From 142 in 2014 to 77 now, but we are still not satisfied. I have asked my team to work harder so that India is in the top 50 next year. I want our regulations and processes to compare with the best in the world. We have also made doing business cheaper. The historic implementation of goods and services tax and other measures of simplification and consolidation of taxes have reduced transaction costs and made processes efficient. We have also made doing business faster through digital processes, online transactions, and single point interfaces. In FDI, foreign direct investment, we are one of the most open countries now. Most of the sectors of our economy are now only open for FDI. More than 90% approvals have been put on automatic route. Such measures have propelled our economy into a high growth path. In the last 4 years, we have received FDI worth $263 billion. This is 45% of the FDI received in last 18 years. And friends, we have also made doing business smarter. We are insisting on IT-based transaction in procurement and purchases of government. Digital payments, including direct transfer of government benefits, is now under full implementation. We are among the largest ecosystems in the world for startups, and a number of them have come up in the field of technology. I can therefore safely say that doing business with us is a great opportunity. This is also because we are among the top 10 FDI destinations listed by UNCTAD. Ours is a globally cost-competitive manufacturing environment. We have a vast pool of skilled professionals with knowledge and energy. We have a world-class engineering education base and strong research and development facilities. Rise in GDP, a rising middle class, and their purchasing power is creating further growth in our huge domestic market. In the last 2 years, we have moved towards a low-tax regime on the corporate side. We have lowered the tax from 30% to 25% for new investments as well as small and medium ventures. On IPR issues, we have evolved benchmarking policies. Now, we are one of the fastest trademark regime. The Insolvency and Bankruptcy Code now gives business an exit window without the burden of long legal and financial battles. Thus, for the start of business, its operation and closure, we have paid attention in building new institutions, processes, and procedures. All this is important, not just for doing business, but also for ease of life of our people. We also understand that being a young nation, we need to create job opportunities and better infrastructure. Both are linked with investments. Therefore, in recent years, there has been unprecedented focus on manufacturing and infrastructure. We have worked hard to promote manufacturing to create jobs for our youth. Investment through our Make in India initiative have been well supported by programs like Digital India and Skill India. Our focus also includes bringing our industrial infrastructure, policies, and practices to base global standards and to convert India into a global manufacturing hub. Cleaner energy and greener development, zero defect and zero effect manufacturing. These are also our commitments. We have committed to the world to work towards reducing the effect of climate change. On the energy front, we are now the 5th largest producer of renewable energy in the world. We are 4th largest wind energy and 5th largest producer of solar energy. We are keen to scale up investments in next generation infrastructure, including roads, ports, railways, airports, telecom, digital networks, and energy. We are also investing heavily in our social, industrial, and agri infrastructure to give better income and quality of life to our people. To give some examples, in 4 years, there has been maximum capacity addition and generation of electricity. For the first time, India has become a net exporter of electricity. We have distributed LED bulbs on a massive scale. This has resulted in a huge energy saving. We have installed transmission lines at an unprecedented pace. Our speed in road construction has almost doubled. We have done unprecedented capacity addition in major ports. Rural road connectivity is now 90%. The speed of setting up new rail lines, gauge conversion, doubling, and electrification of railway tracks has also doubled. We are debottlenecking execution of major projects on a regular basis through an online processes. Our public-private partnership regime for infrastructure has been made more investor-friendly. At 7.3%, the average GDP growth over the entire term of our government has been the highest of any Indian government since 1991. At the same time, the average rate of inflation at 4.6% is the lowest for any Indian government since 1991, when India began its process of liberalization. We believe that fruits of development must reach people with ease and efficiency. To give you a few examples, now we have a bank account for every family. We are giving loans to small enterprise without collateral. We now have electricity in every village. We also have electricity in almost all homes, households now. We have given cooking gas to large numbers of people who were not able to afford it so far. We have ensured that there is proper sanitation in all areas, both in urban and rural. We are working towards full coverage of toilets for households and their proper use. Ladies and gentlemen, we were among the highest growing tourist destinations in the world in 2017. India had a growth of 14% over 2016, while the world grew at an average of 7% in the same year. We have also been the fastest growing aviation market in the world, with double-digit growth in passenger ticketing terms for over 4 years. Thus, a new India is emerging, which will be modern and competitive, and yet caring and compassionate. An example of this compassion is our medical assurance scheme called Ayushman Bharat. This will benefit about 500 million people, which is more than the population of United States, Canada, and Mexico combined. Ayushman Bharat will provide immense investment opportunities in the area of health infrastructure, medical equipment manufacturing, and healthcare services. Let me list some more examples. 50 cities in India are ready to build metro rail systems. We have to build 50 million houses. The requirement of road, rail, and waterways is enormous. We want world-class technology to achieve our goal in faster and cleaner way. Friends, India is thus a land of immense opportunities. It is the only place which offers you democracy, demography, and demand. To those
who are already present in India, I would like to assure you that our domestic system, human values, and strong judicial system will ensure the safety and security of your investments. We are continuously working to improve the investment climate further and make ourselves more and more competitive. For those who are not yet present in India, I extend an invitation and encourage you to explore the opportunities. This is the best time to be here. We have set up dedicated ways to help investors on a one-to-one basis. Above all, I assure you that I will be always available to hold your hands in your journey. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thanks a lot.
Thank you, Honorable Prime Minister, sir, for that very inspiring and guiding address. With that, we conclude the inaugural session of the Vibrant Gujarat Global Summit 2019. Gujarat is a state where business is celebrated. Be a part of it. Ladies and gentlemen, you are requested to remain seating while the dignitaries will depart from this convention hall. Thank you one, thank you all. We finally conclude this inaugural session. Please do take good care of yourself. This is your compeer, Hina Saxena, with